I've been coming to Cambodia for over 15 years, and right now it's one of the most underrated digital nomad destinations in all Southeast Asia. But like everywhere, it has both its pros and cons. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly those when living as a digital nomad in Cambodia. Let's get it. Hey guys, JB here from Nomad Life, where this channel is designed to provide a strategic blueprint for online entrepreneurs on where to live, grow, and optimize their setup to support the dream lifestyle. Now I'm just over here in the capital city of Cambodia in Phnom Penh, just on my rooftop right now, and I'm about to jump downstairs, head on a tuk-tuk out to Euro Park, switch things up a bit. There's a couple good cafes down there. But when we're down there, we're gonna go over the pros and cons to living in Cambodia as a digital nomad. And how I'm gonna structure this video is go over the 5 pros first, then the 5 cons, and give my overall thoughts at the end. So anyways, let's jump down that elevator, jump in that tuk-tuk, and let's get going. All right. All right, so just got over here to Euro Park, and it's actually a really cool area. Tons of greenery, massive villas on the way in. So yeah, really nice area. But anyways, let's kick off with our 5 positives for living in Cambodia as a digital nomad. Number 1 is it's a real plug-and-play city. Now, I first came here 15 years ago, and there was always power outages. The infrastructure wasn't good. There wasn't even paved roads from Siem Reap to Phnom Penh, which is the 2 biggest cities. Now, that has really changed over the past 15 years, as now it's a really great city for a plug-and-play lifestyle as a digital nomad, where you have really nice apartments that are modern, beautiful. You have really fast internet, no power cuts, etc. You also have really easy visa options, which I mentioned in previous videos, and I'll link it at the end if you guys want to watch that about longer term visas here as a digital nomad. And of course, the cafe culture here for digital nomads is my absolute favorite in any city in Southeast Asia. Next up, number 2, and that is the food options here in Cambodia. And Phnom Penh itself has some really great international and Khmer options. Now, starting off with Khmer options, 3 restaurants I really like is 11-1 restaurant. It's a really beautiful restaurant, tons of greenery inside. The aesthetics are beautiful, and I love the fish amok there. Moving on closer to Riverside, there's David Noodles, and they have some excellent hand-pulled noodles. It's kind of like a no-frills restaurant, but the noodles are really good. And third is Sabai Crude by Riverside, and it's really good, especially on weekends when you got the night market going on. You can go to Sabai Crude, good sit-down area, outdoor kind of market food area where they have really good beef luklak and tons of other options. And yeah, just a place I really like to go. As for international food, they have tons of options from Greek food. There's actually a couple good Greek restaurants, with my favorite being Nick the Greek. They also have some really good Italian options, with my favorite these days being Parma Pasta right in Bassett Lane. And there's also things like steaks, etc. And there's a really good cheap steak option called Mau. I think that's how you say it. Anyways, it's in Lanka Lane. Moving on to number 3, and that is social life here in Cambodia. When I compare Cambodia to places like Da Nang, Vietnam, or over in Bali, I find that local Khmer people and foreigners integrate really well here in comparison to those other places. Now, if you're single and dating, it's really good here as well. I find the woman here very educated, beautiful, feminine, etc. And even if you're a foreign woman and into Khmer guys, you'll do really good here as well. Now, a good area to go out, socialize, meet people, have fun is Bassett Lane. It's a really cool hole-in-the-wall bar area. Great cocktail bars. A couple bars I like are PPYC and Captain Sports Bar. So yeah, anyways, you go out there, you sit at the bar, people might start talking to you, or you can just start talking to people. It's really easy to meet friends there and integrate. So yeah, social life is very good here. Moving on to number 4, and that is convenience with all the apps here in Cambodia. Now, where I find Cambodia way in front of the West is with their QR code payments. And you use these QR code payments for basically everything. If you're riding a tuk-tuk, if you're paying for a restaurant, even if you're paying for rent for your apartment, you can do it all through QR code, and it's really, really convenient. Now, the other apps they have are such things like Grab food delivery, and if I'm working from home all day as a digital nomad, I'll just order online and get food delivered right to the house. Grab can also be used for tuk-tuk rides from point A to point B, as well as Pass App, etc. So yeah, the apps here are really good and makes it for a really easy plug and play lifestyle as a digital nomad. And lastly, moving on to number 5 of our positives for living in Cambodia as a digital nomad, and that is its Rising Nomad Hub. Now, in comparison to other nomad hubs like Bali or even Phuket or over in Da Nang, those really seem oversaturated, where you'll go to a cafe, you can't find a seat, there's just tons of foreigners running around, whereas Cambodia is still a bit raw. However, it's growing, and now with it slowly growing, the community here is becoming a lot better. The networking between digital nomads, entrepreneurships is really good, and I find it's just kind of like a perfect balance where it's not overcrowded but still has a ton to offer you as a digital nomad. All right, I'm just going to get up from my seat here, head over to Brown's Cafe, where I'm going to get some work done for my Dubai business. And then after that, we're going to go over our negatives. All right, let's go. All right, so just finished up some work, came out of Brown's Cafe, and let's move on to our 5 cons as to living as a digital nomad in Cambodia. And starting off with number 1, and that is healthcare. And healthcare here is fine for basic stuff, but if you need more advanced stuff, you need to then fly to places like Singapore or Bangkok would be your best options. Now, if you're in a pinch and you're here in Phnom Penh, I find the best hospital that I've been to personally is Sunrise Japanese Hospital. They have Japanese doctors, MRI machines, etc. So yeah, that would be your best option, but if you need something more advanced, then I would fly to a different country. Moving on to number 2, and that's for Phnom Penh itself, and that is walkability. Now, Phnom Penh is a very flat city, and for myself, I don't own a motor or anything, so I walk around everywhere. And the sidewalks here, if they even exist, are not the greatest. And if you're on a sidewalk, you're constantly having to look down, make sure there's not a hole in the ground where you're going to trip and fall over. Often if you're walking on a sidewalk for 10 meters, then all of a sudden there'll be cars that are blocking you and parked on it, etc. So then you're forced to go on the road. You have to be careful that you're not going to get hit by cars or motos zooming on by. Moving on to number 3, and that is product availability here in Cambodia. And for basic tech products, let's say if you're working as a digital nomad, you break something, you can basically get it if it's, let's say, a cell phone charger, etc. However, for more specialty products, if you're DJI drones, or for me even, I broke the charger from my XPS 15 laptop, I could not find a Dell charger throughout the whole city. Now, you can use stuff like Taobao or Amazon to order things in from China or the US. However, it's not going to be same day delivery like back home or next day delivery. It can take a week or even 2 weeks, and you'll also have probably import tariff fees on top of it. Now, moving on to number 4, and that is lack of outdoor space. And I find this might be one of the top reasons why digital nomads shy away from moving, especially to Phnom Penh. And that's because Phnom Penh is landlocked. There's no beach access right from the city, like places like Da Nang, Vietnam, or Bali, etc. The other thing Phnom Penh is lacking is parks. Yeah, I'm in Euro Park right now, and there's a couple small parks, but in comparison to most cities around the world, the parks are very limited, where you can't just really go for walks in a nice park, sit down, relax. Now, having said that, there's tons of nature just outside of Phnom Penh, and there's other cities like Siem Reap that are full of nature. Even Sihanoukville has a great beach coastline, 2 great islands in Korong, Salam. So the domestic travel for nature really, for myself, makes up for the lack of nature options in Phnom Penh. Moving on to number 5, and that is the cleanliness and the amount of plastics that are used here in Cambodia. Now, one of my pet peeves is the amount of plastic that is used throughout all of Asia. It's not soloed out just to Cambodia, but you order a drink, they'll give you a drink in a plastic cup, then they'll give you a plastic little carry bag, and then also they'll give you a plastic straw with then a plastic cover on it. If you order food from the grocery store, often every single individual item will be wrapped in plastic, and then you'll get a plastic bag on top. There is so much plastic here and makes for waste disposal really hard. In addition, the cleanliness isn't the best. If you go by a riverside, you'll see kind of garbage all along the river, etc. The garbage disposal, they have it, but it isn't the best, and often garbage is sitting out all day in the hot heat, so then you'll get some garbage smell. But places where I live, like BKK1, is a lot better in that sorts, where it's a higher end area and it is a lot cleaner. All right, so in conclusion, let's wrap everything up. And I find that the pros for living in Cambodia as a digital nomad far outweigh the cons here. And the pros are the main reason why I made Phnom Penh my Asia base as a digital nomad. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm JB from Nomad Life. Please like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll be posting more videos weekly about nomad life in Dubai and in Southeast Asia. Peace out. Later. Bye for now.